remember, if I can cook it, so can you. So go nowhere. Let's create spaghetti con carne molida. That's the Puerto Rican version of spaghetti with, ground beef. And what I'm going to do, got my meat here, I'm going to add some salt and pepper. And I'm going to mix it up, okay? Pan, I happen to have a cast iron, medium high. Make sure it's a little bit thick, because you're going to do something else later. And you don't put a lot of extra virgin oil. Put enough to cover the surface area, maybe a little bit more. I'd say about perhaps a quarter of, or a little bit more of a cup. Preheat and start cooking this baby. I have a medium high. And what you're going to do, you're going to cook this for until they turn, until they cook, Make sure they're darker. You don't have to have 100% cooked, but cook enough. Not red, And this is going to take a few minutes. About 5 minutes later, remove the meat. You don't want that grease here. You just want to remove it in a different container. So I took some of the ground meat away, put it in a container. I took some of the grease out, just left a little bit, see? And this might be too much. Let me throw a little bit more out, hold on. Much better, much better. So what I'm going to do, I have some ham. People call it salted ham, like salt ham. So you're going to put some ham, cut it in chunks, and I'm going to cook this baby. Puerto Rican style. Puerto Rican style. Do this until the brown. So do this for about maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Turn the heat down, couple notches below medium. Below medium. About 2 minutes later, see how beautiful? I have some sofrito. Link in the description how to prepare or how to replace it with more natural, real-time ingredients. This sofrito is one of the best. So check that recipe in my description. Ooh. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some onions. Mix things up. Garlic, about 3 or 4 teeth, chopped. You don't want the garlic to burn, so you do this for a few seconds. I got a tomato that I grated. You can use tomato sauce, but I like my stuff natural. I grated this tomato. I even left a little bit of chunks. Who cares, right? This become my tomato sauce. It's a big tomato. A little bit of oregano, dry oregano. Just squish a little bit for flavor. I have some olive. If you don't like olive, that's fine. I'm just going to put a handful. They are cut in tiny pieces. Puerto Rican style, huh? Let me increase the heat to medium. Let's put it in medium. Now what I'm going to do, little bit of cumin, just a tiny bit, a pinch. A pinch of salt for taste. Pimentón or smoked paprika, just a tiny bit. Help with the color too. And flavor. Some turmeric. In essence, I'm replacing the sazon. I have some oregano. Let me add it here. Just a little bit. No oregano, cilantro. I'm for cilantro. Medium heat, let it cook for a tiny bit. Let it simmer. About 3 minutes later, look at this beauty, huh? It's time to add the ground meat. Let's make the sauce. Let me reduce the heat couple notches to medium low, medium low. And I'm going to let it cook for about 5 minutes. Because the meat is already cooked, everything is cooked already. It's a matter of mixing the flavors. So I cook some spaghettis. Just cook them like you always do. Now it's time to take some of the water out. So put them aside so some of the water is out. If you already cooked it, just put it back in the heat. It's about medium heat. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some of the spaghetti. Let me mix things up a little bit so it's manageable. I can put more. This is not going to take a long time, by the way. And you're going to mix things up as best as you can. Now you don't want this to dry, so you might have to put a little bit of water. Look at this baby. Isn't that beautiful? And this one doesn't look like it's going to dry. But if you feel that it's going to dry, all you do is get a little bit of water. You can get it from the container where you strain it. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit, huh? Mix things up. Look at this Puerto Rican spaghetti. Spaghetti con carne molida boricua. And you're going to let this cook for about 2 or 3 minutes, okay? So the flavors mix. Look at this beauty.